Going on, Falcon fan? This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So, guys, I'm gonna give you my take today about what's happened at the Atlanta Falcons OTAs at the Mercedes-Benz stadiums. So, guys, before we get into that, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like hear that talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So, guys, first off, I want to say enjoyed today meeting a lot of different Atlanta Falcon fans who have the same kind of passion that I have about this team, and also have, high hopes for this team as well. We all feeling that this team definitely have a chance to do some things this year that they haven't done in the last couple of seasons, but time will tell about that. But we like the way the teams look. So shout out to all the people I met today. Sitting there enjoying watching our Falcons practice, getting ready for this 2023 season. So, guys, with that being said, the first thing I can say today, when the guys was coming out on the field, is that I just like the depth on the team. I mentioned it a lot of times, but if you just look at the depth, and to be honest, it was some guys missing there today. Some of the veteran guys, like a Calais Campbell, like a Jesse Bates, like a Lorenzo Carter, like a Mike Hughes. But with those guys missing, you could still see how deep this Atlanta Falcon team is from each of the positions. You look at the running back position, got a real good look at Bijan, standing beside Tyler Algier, two big backs. Those guys definitely going to be dynamic. Also got to look at the defensive line. Guy like Timothy Horn is a big dude. Gaziano, another defensive tackle we got from the Los Angeles Chargers, that's going to be competing for one of those spots. Defensive line is deep. Big Grady's there as well. If you look at the defensive backfield, it's still so deep. We'll talk about some defensive backfield plays today, and then look at the wide receiver room. Just all over the field, guys. You see where the depth is just there from each position, and when some of these veterans don't come in, is give these younger guys opportunity to fill in those spots to show the coaches what they can do. So you really like seeing that as well from the younger guys coming in, filling in some of those roles when some of these veteran guys don't show up for OTAs, which we all know is voluntary anyway, so they don't have to be here. So it's not like it's a knock on the team or anything when these guys don't show up, because they got life and they taking care of things. But as long as they there when it counts, especially in the training camp getting ready for the season, that's where it really matters. What we seen today for the most part is a lot of 7-on-7 drills from the offense and defensive backfield. So we from the offensive standpoint, we saw a lot of 5 wides, and we seen Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, and the other backs lining up in bunch formations, giving a good look for our defensive backfield, which at this point, you like to see things like that, because you can just imagine this offense is definitely going to look a lot different than it looked the last 2 seasons under Arthur Smith. So you love to see guys like Bijan, guy like Tyler Algier, who mentioned in his interview last week that he wanted to, prove that he could actually be a 3-down back and catch passes out of the backfield as well. But utilize those guys, different formation, bunch formations, going 5 wide, having Bijan run wheel routes down to the corner of the end zone. You love to see things like that. His chemistry is starting to connect with Desmond Ridder. Tyler Algier seems like he's in mid-season form already. Of course, no pads on, but you love to see this offense starting to click and starting to get the chemistry that they need in OTAs. From a defensive standpoint, the defensive backfields, like I said, these younger guys coming in to get opportunities, but I can say one play that I did witness. Jeff Okudah made a great pass defense on JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and Richie Grant actually picked it off. So you could definitely see that aggressiveness already starting to show its hands, and hopefully, we have more turnovers this year, because listening to some of the guys today, the way a guy like Ron Nielsen definitely want to play, he's going to be really aggressive, want to be violent, and it's not going to be a lot of holes and windows to throw those balls into. So if the guys up front can get, that quarterback out the spot, like I mentioned earlier this week, definitely you can have a chance to see these turnovers happen. And that's what we definitely want to see. But those 7-on-7 drills, it's good practice. I think the talent that's in the defensive backfield is definitely going to help our quarterback, our offense, get better. The old saying, iron sharpen iron, is definitely something that we can take away from this Atlanta Falcons team this year, because I think the competition from the trenches, from the receivers to the defensive backfields in the passing game, it's definitely is going to be something that going to make both sides of the ball better. They also went into, letting the running backs and the offensive linemen get some running gaps open, letting the running backs run their tracks on their routes. In their running lanes, and seeing the offensive linemen get up to the next level. Of course, no physicality is allowed right now this time of year, but just looking at that, you get to see guys, see how they read the holes, and see how not going full speed, but you see the burst that they're doing. So overall, guys, I really felt like today was a good day. Seeing these guys out, new team in full effect, not the whole team, but for the most part, this very young offense is definitely out there, except for Kyle Pitts, who's not out there yet. However, you got to see Drake London get a really, really good catch on the sideline. Actually, pass from Logan Woodside. And speaking of that, one change from last year to this year is we have 4 quarterbacks out there, where last year it was only 2. It was only Desmond and Marcus Mariota. This year they actually have 4 quarterbacks. So that's going to be interesting to see when training camp does start. The reps that goes around, you anticipate Desmond Ritter probably get majority of the reps, getting ready for the season. But we do have 4 quarterbacks on the roster. So I thought that was a interesting thing to look at today, the different quarterbacks and how they look. I felt like, like I said, this is just 7-on-7 and letting these guys, get the system down, get the rhythm down, and things like that. So, but for the most part, God, I really like what I saw today from these Atlanta Falcons, and just to go down there in Mercedes-Benz Stadium to get that vibe. Always a good thing to see, especially this time of year. We did hear from some of the coaches and some of the players today. First, we'll start off with Arthur Smith. Some of the things he had to say. Of course, he just want to emphasize this is like a passing camp. Like I said, no physicality going, but one thing that he wanted to do, he wanted to try new things. So that's, you look at the 5 wide running backs and guys going into bunch formations in different positions on the field. The motion is there. Just trying to get guys to learn, get the chemistry, make mistakes, because that's what's going to happen, especially this time of the year. You want them to be able to work through those mistakes, not make the same mistake right after, you correct yourself and things like that. One of the things, being down at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, he mentioned about our home field advantage. I think that is really huge for any sports team, is to make sure that we do have that home field advantage. The Atlanta Falcons actually did pretty good last year. Of course, we had 9 games last year in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We went 6-3. We didn't have a good road record last year, but at home we really had a good record last year. And I contribute that to, some of the games were really loud. but it's a team effort, right? Because the better the team play, the more enthused the fan base will be, the more loud we'll be in the stadium, things like that. So it go hand in hand. I do understand that, but that home field advantage is something that the Atlanta Falcons definitely, hopefully, can start to take advantage of here if we start to put wins on the board and the city started to get behind this team. So you love that about the home field advantage. One thing he mentioned was he was going to coach these guys hard. Just because we have a young offense, that's not going to be an excuse. He's going to put these guys out there because he want these guys to be ready going into the season. So you love to hear that from a coach standpoint. He's not going to let up on Bijan because he's a rookie. Definitely not going to let up on Desmond because he only had 4 starts. So on and so forth. He's going to coach these guys hard because these guys got to be ready to play because there is expectations from this coaching staff and this team this year for they want to do some great things. So you love to see that. It's all about just having that mental toughness this time of the year, and you want to see that because, like I said, the physicality you can't see, especially in the trenches. Can't see that from a standpoint right now. And the last thing, definitely mentioned that he wanted to adapt to the new personnel that they have and understand how guys and teams going to actually be trying to play them this year. So that's what this time of the season is all about: going out, trying new things, implementing new things, especially your new personnel that you got. See how you can utilize those guys and put all those guys in the best best position to be successful. So that's what we want to see. And the last thing that Arthur Smith talked about was, guys returning back to play. I mentioned Kyle Pitts earlier. His anticipation for all the guys that could be injured and things like that is to make sure they be ready, for the regular season. Probably all these guys definitely ready for training camp. Remember, we have one more OTAs next week, and then we have mandatory mini camp. After that, these guys going to break to get ready for training camp that's going to be happening late July, early August. So we got to be on the lookout for that. But hopefully all these guys be ready to go. One thing that did happen today I did want to mention was Avery Williams actually went off the field with an injury. Not sure what the injury was, but hopefully we'll hear something back about that. Hopefully it's nothing serious, and he'll be ready for training camp as well. Also heard from some of the players. First of all, we heard from Armor Ebiketie. Mentioned that he wanted to put on more weight. He thought that last year kind of played a little light, wanted to put on some more weight. Felt like some of he's almost to his desired weight for this season. Mentioned that he's definitely want to make sure he finished on more plays this year than he did last year. Remember, I felt like Armor Ebiketie had a pretty good season, pressuring the quarterback, only 2.5 sacks, but he want to be able to start catching some of those sacks in. He felt like some of that, extra weight definitely helped him that. And we always know guy coming in from, the transition from their first year to their second year, it should be more significant because, coming in as a rookie, not knowing anything, hair's on fire, trying to figure things out. Everything has slowed down for him. And I would say that's probably going to be the case for a lot of these second year players coming into this season. Heard from JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Just happy to be here. He had two drops to drop that caused interception with the to Richard Grant, and then he had another drop back shoulder throw from Desmond Ridder that I felt like he should have caught. But like I said, guys, this is OTAs. I don't want to make a big deal about that. But if those things start to continue over and over again, a guy that's trying to make a roster, probably not a good thing for him. Heard from Big Grady. one of the veterans that's out there who loves to be out there with the team. He mentioned trying to get that chemistry down, getting ready. The new defense under Ryan Nielsen. So we love to see that from Grady Jarrett. Jonnu Smith, another veteran that's out there. Love just playing for Coach Smith, knowing that he's going to put him in the best position to be successful, where he actually has had his most success playing under head coach Arthur Smith. Last but not least, talking to Jeff Okudah, a guy who's probably trying to prove, that he deserved that the number 3 overall pick a couple of years ago. I think he's really off on a great start, and him and AJ could definitely be a good dynamic duo, young corners in that defensive backfield. So, guys, that's the takeaways from the OTAs today. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. If you heard anything from any other guys, something that I might miss, because like I said, I was in really good conversations with a lot of Atlanta Falcon fans today. But overall, it was a good day. Like what I seen. Can't wait to see these guys start to put pads on and actually get some physicality going on. So, guys, that's all I have today. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.